The Broncos got that win. We got bad news in the rest of the league because David Johnson. I know fantasy owners are like, oh,
they're crying. Yes, it's about David Johnson, right?
Right. We should don't just think about your fantasy team.
Exactly.
Think about if you're a Cardinal fan. If you're David Johnson, he did have surgery on that bad wrist. He's going to be out 2 to 3 months. Ugh. We don't know if that means the rest of the year, but that doesn't look good. So he's going to be placed on injured reserve. Arizona reportedly is going to sign Chris Johnson. They cut him at the end of training camp. When you look at the rest of the backs, you got Williams, Ellington, and CJ coming back in the fold.
Yeah.
B-Mac, is this enough to help Carson Palmer?
We have to wait and see. Based on what we saw from Carson Palmer, I'll say no. Week 1, he struggled.
Oh.
And you can easily say that David Johnson is the most valuable running back in the NFL.
Right, because not only from running, but pass receiving. He's maybe their 2 option from the wideout standpoint.
I mean, actually, a year ago, he was their number 1 option at the wide receiver position as far as catching passes and the talent, the lack thereof. You question that, and seeing how the Detroit Lions were able to be the aggressor and also make plays against this team offensively, it's going to be a wait-and-see approach, but they're going to really miss David Johnson. Sure. That was the one guy, I believe, you cannot afford to have not be in uniform because he means so much to the offense, and when he's not there, you're losing so much production.
Yeah, 2 years ago, they go to the NFC title game. Last year, they missed the postseason. He got hurt at the end of the year. We don't know if this is going to be doomsday for them going forward, but it doesn't look good when he's going to be out for 2 to 3 months.
I agree.
And I get it. If you have David Johnson in your fantasy
here we
team,
go back to the fantasy
you're very
implication.
upset. That's okay. RotoWire's Jake Letarski's got some options for you if you lost David
Make sure
Johnson.
you listen, Dave.
This is a situation that continues to get more and more complicated. A little while ago, I would have told you Kerwynn Williams was the number 1 option and to spend maybe 50% of your fab money on him. But they did recently sign Chris Johnson, who's very familiar with the system, could be a threat in short yardage situations. So that makes things a little more complicated. I still think heading into week 2, Kerwynn Williams is probably the back to own. But Chris Johnson and even Andre Ellington are maybe $1 slight waiver options to add at the end of your bench to see how the situation shakes out. Andre Ellington had more snaps than Kerwynn Williams on Sunday. However, they were pretty much all passing plays. So it's looking like Andre Ellington's the 3rd down back, if anything. Chris Johnson will probably have a role for now. According to Bruce Arians, the leader is Kerwynn Williams, making him the back tone.